I believe Bell will regret the way he's handled these contract negotiations.
I don't think so. If you go back to what he's standing on in principle, we have to respect the two principles of this world. One is principle with the AL, which is talking about the money, and one is with the LE, which is talking about what you believe in. And I think that his belief in not only his value, his worth, but also the fact that they were trying to use up all of his bullets and not pay proper value for them is why I think this man standing on principle LE is going to make sure that the AL doesn't have to match what everyone is saying. What are they saying? 5 years, $70 million. How dare you turn that down? What are they saying? Oh, 1 year, $14.55 million. How dare you turn that down? But when you want to talk about what's important to someone, it's difficult to get in that conversation and speak for them. Money doesn't cure all ills. You know that when you get some money. You don't know that when you don't have any money. When you're growing up broke, you think money solves all problems. And he's in a place where he has some money, but he knows what he deserves and what he should be allowed to attain. I respect a man who's going to combine those two forces of AL and LE in principle and goes out there and does his job. He's going to get rewarded. We know that. And he may not even get the exact numbers that some think he should in projection. But it doesn't matter because I think that he's done something of this generation in pioneering a new belief in yourself no matter what position you play on that field.
I think what Le'Veon Bell did is he understood exactly how the game was going to be played. When I worked in front offices, our objective was to take running backs high, put them on a 5-year deal, run them into the ground. At the end of year 4, draft another one. And at the end of his 5th year, let the running back go. Le'Veon Bell played at bargain basement prices for the Pittsburgh Steelers for 4 seasons before they put the tag on him. They were going to put the tag on him again. When we look at the numbers, he has the second most touches of anybody from 2013 to 2017. He's played the most snaps of anybody at the running back position during that same span. To think that the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to put him on the franchise tag, they were going to ride him out this year, give him 400 touches, and then next year they were going to give him a big deal? Nah, player.
That's not
happening.
That's not the argument, though.
And so what he decided to do is, and we do the economics, he could have taken 2 franchise tags. The Pittsburgh Steelers were guaranteeing $17 million. That's great for 1 year. However, if he played on the tag and played on the tag again next year, he was going to get $33 million. So the contract negotiation has to start at that point. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a model franchise, but the way they do contracts, they do practical guarantees, not real guarantees. They only give you their money that first year they don't do it. So for him, he's like, I can get the money if I sit on the franchise tag 2 years. Just guarantee me that amount and I'll show up. They refuse to. Got to do business.
Mm-hmm. You're arguing something, though. Look, I understood why he held out. He not getting his value. I'm saying show up so you can become an unrestricted free agent and auction yourself off to the highest bidder where you don't have to concern yourself about what the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do. Again, they can put this transition tag on him. Show up, do your business, and get your freedom in 6 games or 7 games or whatever if they make it to the playoffs.
I hear you, but I don't think that this was a dumb decision by Le'Veon Bell in any regard, simply because he puts himself at risk once he reports. Practicing, possibly getting injured, it puts yourself at risk. He's thinking in the back of his mind, look at what happened to Earl Thomas. I understand it was earlier in the year, but the longer you wait, the more we all understand this. The longer you're out of that game, you can't imitate that with your workouts, your catered workouts and customized workouts to you. So I put myself back in that position. They say, oh, let's put him on the field. Something happens. Now his stock plummets even more. So I would just pause and take the hit. He understands I am taking a hit. But high risk, high reward. And I think there is somebody, and he knows it, that is going to bite because he is a big fish if you land him.
Yeah, here's the problem. It's not just the injury scope, and I think we've all talked about that ad nauseum. It's when you ever been on the field with a coach in any situation and there's conflicting interests. You had a problem with coach during the week. It could get petty. And you need that coach to be on board with you. But in this moment or in these few games, maybe he's not fully on board with you. he's of split mind. James Conner is our future, but you're our short-term rental present. Does coach invest in me? Does coach call the plays for me? Does coach put me in the perfect positions to succeed? Beyond injury, beyond the danger of the game are we pulling in the same direction, Pittsburgh Steelers? And I've been there before when you're on that fence with coach and it's just like he's rooting for you, but there's someone upstairs saying, hey, Wiley's a big cap hit. Wiley's a big mouth in the locker room. It'd be easier to go with that cheaper, lesser value, even if we lose some production. Don't forget the politics of the game at play, and no one wants to raise their hand and volunteer to walk into that arena when you know not everyone's on board with you.
You've made, and y'all have made some good points. I think I want to move to a second layer of this before we go. I think this analogy that's being made to Colin Kaepernick is ridiculous. Because for what Greg has said, he's going to get his money. Somebody's going to pay. His talent is so enormous, several teams will be in competition for Le'Veon Bell. There is no analogy here to me to Colin Kaepernick. There's no reason to be playing a race card here in this situation with Le'Veon Bell.
I don't think it's a race thing. I think the bigger issue that I have when I go back and forth with people on Twitter has been just the valuation of the running back position. I believe people think that running backs are a dime a dozen, and I think for so long in our league, people are willing to pay the position, not the player. I believe we need to value the good players and pay them accordingly. Just because he plays running back, this dude is one of the top 10, top 15 players in the National Football League. He deserves to be paid like that. And so I know fantasy football has impacted us, and we look at everybody like the numbers are the same. But when I talk to people and I talk to defensive coordinators, they say, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers just got a whole lot easier to beat in the playoffs because they don't have 26 on the field.
Well, I disagree with that. I push back because, look, we all grew up in an era where at 8 years old, when you went out to that park and signed up and $65 in registration money and selling candy, mama said, what you going to play? You said, running back. I mean, I know I raised my hand. Anybody with any type of speed, any type of athleticism wanted to play running back. And then you got to the league, and it still was a position of value. But it's devolved. It has certainly went the other way in terms of value, in terms of even impact. You have to be a running back that's a dual threat. You just can't be out there. There was a day where you could be running back and didn't even have to pass protect. Mm-hmm. Then they were like, you have to learn how to pass protect. Now it's like you have to learn how to catch the ball out the backfield. Le'Veon Bell does all of that. However, the running back position has lost its value in totality, and that's just tough luck. I mean, look, there was a day when if you had a kid that was 6'10 or above, oh, my God, turn his back to the basket, let him play center. How has that worked out for that kid right now in today's NBA? They're trying to get them out of there. So today's center in basketball is today's running back in football. Value is determined by how the game is being played, and it's been playing different at that position.
The only thing I'll say to go back at that is Todd Gurley. What are your feelings on Todd Gurley? What is his impact on the Rams? When you look at Saquon Barkley and what he's been able to do coming off the field, Christian McCaffrey. So I understand when we talk about running backs and how the game is being played differently. Le'Veon Bell is a hybrid. When he talked about being an RB1 and a wide receiver 2, he is that. I think those guys are the ones that deserve to be paid.
And for me, that's what's most important. The running back position as a whole, it may be devalued, but what these guys that you just mentioned provide, that's not devalued. That is of value, high value at that. We see because Todd Gurley's getting paid. Look at Alvin Kamara. You think somebody's not going to pay him? No, yes, they will. And so what Le'Veon Bell provides, it's not even remotely close to a Colin Kaepernick situation.
Thank you for going there, because I was just about to go back to Bucky and Marcellus have danced on me.
We danced on you?
Gangsters
don't dance, we boogie.
Well, y'all done boogied on me. This Colin Kaepernick and trying to turn this into some sort of racial conversation is inappropriate and stupid here. Le'Veon Bell's going to get paid. No one questions his talent or value. There's damn near any owner in the league would love to have Le'Veon Bell.
Look. This is an impossible parallel, Kaepernick and Le'Veon Bell, for many reasons. One, they are already starting off in different places, but at the same time, you can see commonality. Here we go. Colin Kaepernick, first day he protested, no one even took notice. Okay, Colin Kaepernick is continuing to protest. Now we take notice. The outcome of the protest, no one knew in that moment. You're looking at Le'Veon Bell right now, and he has finally made his ultimate protest. I'm not coming in. We don't know what's going to happen with him in terms of contract situation. We're thinking there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. We didn't know that Colin Kaepernick was going to have opportunities or not opportunities. He had opportunities to stay with the 49ers. He had opportunity to go to Denver. I'm just saying right now, to make it analogous to Colin Kaepernick, to me, is lazy because I don't even see all the parallels there.
Yeah, I don't see the parallels. I don't think it would be blackballed. I don't think it would be a situation where people will look at this situation in Pittsburgh and say, oh, we can't bring him in. I think at the end of the day, people love performance and production. He can perform. He can produce. He'll get paid. I don't think that'd be an issue. It only takes one. It only takes one to fall in love with him. I think he'll find more than one.
Bucky, be real, though. They don't love production in an absolute sense.
No.
Okay, right. Because how many times we've been in the locker room, we're like, why isn't he starting over him? Oh, why isn't this guy on our team if he's available? And look, Colin Kaepernick fell into that boat. I have never proclaimed that the NFL, every team was about the 53 best men they could acquire or the 11 best on the field. Look, Kaepernick has a value as a player to a point where he should be in the locker room. But then you add up everything else that comes with that player, obviously that keeps you out the locker room. Le'Veon, you add up everything about him, suspensions, issues, everything, still going to be in somebody's locker room.
I just think Le'Veon Bell's one of the best players in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's probably top 20. Kaepernick's not anywhere close to the top 20. It's a dumb analogy. Coming up.